also now do have multiple ways of buffing up this Dusa. So they have the Venge Aura with Wave of Terror, and then they also have a Blood Rage they can throw on the Dusa too. So that's the best. That's the best I got on about this Bloodseeker.
All right, well, we'll see if it works out for Paparazzi. As we say, something that we don't get to see every day, the Bloodseeker come into play. Especially with those changes, which, you know, there are definitely going to be situations where, you know, Fnatic, they can just make a run for it.
Yeah, he just starts getting pressured a lot. The hero takes a sizable amount of damage, especially from right clicks early on, whenever you do pop your Blood Rage, and he's versus a Brewmaster and potentially a Shadow Shaman. So Brew, Shadow Shaman, if it is that lane, this Bloodseeker is going to suffer to get any last hits down here, also eat a lot of pressure.
Being a nice size Brew as well, you can certainly expect the hero to be pushed to its limits and play very well in the laning matchup.
Yeah.
As Runes starts off, Ice is able to walk over and claim a second, so there'll be three of the four going the way of Fnatic.
Yep, we see them starting off with their dual lane. We see DJ already making his way toward that bottom lane, so Paparazzi, he's gonna need help, otherwise he's gonna get very limited last hits unless it's under his tower from this Brewmaster and Shadow Shaman. He's at risk of dying too. As soon as they hit level 2, they do have kill threat.
I'd be very surprised if he does get left on his own.
Yeah,
I mean, as you said, at the moment, Vici Gaming, they're starting with this tri-lane top. We'll see how long that lasts until they do move the support down bottom.
Just scary too, right? Like this top tri-lane, it's a Jug Grimstroke, so they've got the kill threat. Level 2, they've got kill threat always onto anybody who steps up too far. Stroke of Fate plus an Inkswell on the spinning Jug. They can definitely look to get kills. Immediately, we do see the swap coming though. Fade goes down bottom to try to help out that Bloodseeker who's trying to last it under tower versus DJ, who is gonna eat a little bit of harassment here. Should be able to walk himself away with the boots, but we'll give Paparazzi. I mean, he actually missed. He missed like all
nice
one.
Top lane with the Blade Fury MP. He's able to chase down. Yeah, that's first blood already here, picked up by Fnatic.
This top lane is very weak for Vici in comparison to Fnatic's. I mean, Fnatic's got one of the stronger combos with that Grimstroke. They don't even have the Inkswell just yet. So these lanes, I mean, they're definitely looking to be problematic for the side of Vici, except for that mid lane. Dusa should be able to farm pretty well.
Back up top, DY and Yang back into the lane. They will be able to harass MP a little bit. But it really is. Anytime that Blade Fury's up, they have to be careful.
DY?
Jabs. He's going to get the stun connection. MP's in. Doesn't have Blade Fury quite back up yet. A couple more seconds and it would have been. That does mean the Nyx Assassin is able to get away safely. Mid lane matchup, Ori on that Dusa up against the Arbed Monkey King. At the moment, CS looking pretty even. Yeah. I guess will it get to a point where sort of the Mystic Snake is enough to just sort of keep Arbed incredibly low on the mana and make it hard for Arbed to make aggressive plays, or does the Monkey King always have an edge, being that sort of melee hero that's a little easier to get the CS and denies with?
Dusa will definitely start to take over this one, yeah. I think the beginning few, and so your Monkey King has good base damage versus Dusa, and you have... I mean, your armor isn't the greatest, but you're good to get those last hits because you have a great animation in comparison. But yeah, Dusa should be able to get good control. Yeah, actually, this is actually me being a noob, and I'll call it out here. I'll call myself out as, do you dodge the mana burn? I don't think you do anymore, right? You dodge the damage.
It's only the damage.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. He's able to get the 4 Jingu stacks off here. And yeah, he did. He actually dodged the damage, never got hit by the mana burn.
Which I mean, still could be nice. That snake can hit very hard. Sure, the mana burn's annoying, but if it gets a good bounce off, it's going to hurt a lot. So yeah. You can time that dodge. It is going to help you a lot in this lane still.
We see bottom, as we were kind of expecting, Paparazzi suffering. He's only got 7 last hits compared to 12 and 3 of the Brewmaster. And we see 3 denies on the Shadow Shaman already. So yeah, lane's looking very nice right now for Fnatic. His top, they might look for Yang here again. They've got this Inkswell, they've got the combo. Oh, Jabs actually used it on himself.
He didn't use it on MP. Still there with the Blade Fury. It's a lot of damage onto Yang, but not quite enough.
That had to have been a double tap.
It would have been a guaranteed kill if that was put down onto the Juggernaut, but it wasn't. Jabs with a little bit of a misplay. Save time down bottom though. DJ able to collapse and get the kill onto Fade with that Ether Shock.
Jabs was able to break the salve that Yang had going though, so Yang is not the healthiest right now in bottom. They just continue to pressure this Bloodseeker. Just don't let him get that farm. No, Paparazzi now is 12 and 2. Got a little bit of last hits building up, and he does have that level 3 now. Makes him quite a bit stronger. So he does have the Blood Right plus that stun combo if anyone steps up too far.
Again, another attempt with the Blade Fury back online to look towards DY. DY will get healed up by the Death Pops. Pops the stick charges, won't save him though. They have the damage output to get the kill. Yang is trying to find something in return as he'll run down Jabs. Will be able to find the trade as the Grimstroke will slowly die there. Yang just letting him tick down to the aura as he knows that there's no way that Jabs can escape. So Vici Gaming at least able to get their first kill on the board, but as you say, overall Fnatic hovering around this 1K, 2K lead at 4 minutes in, very early on.
I mean, Abed's owning this. Oh, Abed's doing incredibly well in this mid matchup. 21-10 to the 15-2. He's getting so many extra denies over him. Yes. That is in particular because I think he was actually able to build up Jingu stacks twice. So those Jingu stacks provided him, I think, 3 or 4 denies in 2 different waves.
They've got a good wrap around here, DJ. See if he can get on top of Ori. Ori has to be careful how far forward he heads. Down into the river. As DJ will be there with lockdown and time for Abed to come in and get those stacks up.
So close.
Still hasn't caught wind of the Shaman's position. Ori is heading a little too far for the pings come out. This is the time to make the move. DJ's in with the shackles. He'll allow time for Abed to get the Jingle up. The boundless strike comes down. And DJ there with the positioning and the patience to catch that Medusa off guard.
And now that mid matchup is, I mean, it's already been Abed's favorite, but now even more so as he can actually make these aggressive plays. If he has boots,
and look at DJ.
He can.
He heads down towards the bottom, has the Mango and the Shackles. The Shackles will get cancelled by the Magic Missile. DJ just goes for straight away that TP out of harm's way.
I taunted them a little bit there. He has the Shrine available, so wants to cancel and keep his map pressure on. And yeah, now Abed, he's going to have phase boots very early on, and then Ori's actually under so much pressure. You might have to back up and go to jungle, just because this Monkey King's going to be able to run him down, or run her down very easily.
Yeah, Abed nearly with a 2-level advantage over this Medusa with the way that the lane started. Top lane, MP has his phase boots. So already, you know, we've seen how much Fnatic can do offensively between the two of them. Now they can do more. Bottom lane, Shackles will get cancelled by the Bloodbright. As pressure continues to get constantly applied on Paparazzi safe lane Bloodseeker.
Yeah, he just can't even step up now. He can't be down here alone. They have to have the Venge sitting behind him or he's at risk of dying every single time. Fade right now is trying to get some wards down as this Venge. He's able to do so and actually get himself a rune too.
See if we can set anything up with this Invis to start to head down towards the bottom lane. Not the easiest of kills. Maybe if they catch out DJ a little too far forward on the Shaman, they could try for it. Paparazzi taking a heavy beating though, so it's a bit of a bait. They do silence the Shaman. They'll go with the Magic Missile. They've also got DY here as well. If they can land a follow-up stun, they should have it. But DJ knows. He turns, he hexes up the Nyx Assassin. The stun does still come out. They'll get the kill. See if Ice can get anything in return. Doesn't look like he can chase down Paparazzi. He's just having to back off. Pops the stick charges. Magic Missile into the Bloodbright under the tower. Ice will be fine though. They cannot dive in for now. At the same time, Jabs will find Jang on that top lane as they're able to chase down the Necrophos once again.
Whoever you leave alone in the side lanes is going to die to Fnatic for sure. They just have such good kill threat in their lanes that they've distributed because of their picks. And they actually got the Drunken Brawler before the Bloodbright went off bottom, so yeah, that evasion, they couldn't actually go for the dive. But a quick play, you know, they baited it forward. Paparazzi stepped up intentionally there for them to be able to at least get up a setup kill, but right now, it's a 2K advantage ready for Fnatic. It's 20 denies on Abed.
Yeah, Abed's played this mid lane perfectly. I mean, as you said, you would have assumed that this would be a tricky lane for the Monkey King, but Abed's not making it look like that at all.
No, definitely not. I mean,
this is it. This is really him just playing it to absolute perfection. You've, you know, definitely, we've seen this matchup before, and it's not gone this well for the Monkey King.
Yeah, I mean, it really does come into play if he's just dodging. If he's able to dodge a couple snakes, and then he can just out regen at the start there, and that seems just what it's happening in the rotation, of course.
Oh, bottom ice. Gets the start to Fade. Just caught out of position there. That'd be an easy kill here for the Brewmaster. They will turn towards DJ, chasing down the Shaman. He has some stick charges, won't be enough to keep him alive. So they get the trade. So the ice on this bottom lane. It's getting closer and closer to having that 6. And when he has the Primal Spell online, it'll be even harder for Vici Gaming to try for those plays, as he'll be ready to turn with the ultimate and cause a lot of issues.
Yeah, and they have to be careful how far they dive too, because there is still TPs on these other heroes like Monkey King as well as Juggernaut. They can make moves easily. You see Abed is actually holding a point here. He's 2-0. He's actually holding a lot of points here on the Monkey King. He's 2-0 and 3. He's level 8. So he can choose what type of build he wants to go for. If he wants to level up the Primal Spring a bit more, if he wants to get the ulti, go full bound the strike. We'll see which one he wants.
On top, Silence is there to set up for the Omni Slash. They're straight in onto Yang. Yang does have the Ghost Shroud, but they've got that Blade Fury magical damage to go through it as they'll dive in towards the tower, get the kill on the Necrophos. They'll turn towards DY as well. DY, he'll fall as well. Double kill for Jabs. Straight up outplay from Fnatic on that top lane, causing issues for Yang and DY. So for the entirety of this first 8 minutes of gameplay, it looked like a rough lane, and it really is. They're giving away a lot to this Juggernaut.
Yeah. We see immediately the Diffusal Blade is being queued up for Abed, probably one of the best heroes to actually hold it versus Medusa. You just throw that Wukong's command and those monkeys are going to be burning that mana quickly from Medusa. And Ori just kind of has to like back up in jungle. She under a bit of threat here because of how well this Monkey King is.
We'll put the primal split. Yang's come in. He'll send Yang up into the air, see if he's got the damage to bring down this Bloodseeker. Paparazzi trying his best to hide it out. They've got another stun to throw out. Yang is going to be there offering the Death Pulse heals to keep Paparazzi safe. Another move from the Wind Panda to send this Necrophos up into the high ground to make sure the heals aren't there. They do get the follow-up here as they're moving. In fact, with the Shackles, the rotation for Jabs as well with this Soulbind. The two-man silence. Jabs coming down to this bottom lane. Sets up for the kill on Fade. The silence persisting onto this Necrophos. He gets the Ghost Shroud and the stick charges off. But the three heroes still beating down onto me. We'll have backup coming in the form of the TP. The TP actually going to be cancelled, as there will not be any more help for Yang. Yang is healed back up to full though with these death pulses, so he should be fine.
Jab's already level 6 though on a Grimstroke. It's not even 10 minutes in and he's able to make that move bottom and put pressure on. 3k gold advantage, and yeah, they're just looking to keep this going here. We saw Abed, he recognizes Dusa jungling, so he gets this one level primal of the tree dance. He just jumps in and starts hunting the Dusa a little bit and putting pressure on.
I believe as well, you know, the Dusa, he tried to go for the TP bottom. I think it was Abed who just cancelled the TP with the Boundless Strike as well, as he managed to find the Medusa as he was trying to make that move. But this beautiful Invis rune here floating in.
What the? That actually looks really, really weird with the cloud.
I've never seen a hasted Invis rune on a cloud. The things that sort of happen at the midnight hour.
Oh god, look, and now it's
wow! And this Invis rune, it punches, and Paparazzi, he's dead. No, nobody expects the Invis rune gang. He just got ganked by an Invis rune. Crazy things happening in this game already, and favoring Fnatic for sure. 10-3, 4K lead at 10 minutes in.
And they've got good ways to keep their momentum going and their pushes going too. They just need to get DJ level 6. You see he TP's mid. He's like, I need to get Serpent Ward so we can actually start pushing some towers, because their tower push without him isn't the greatest. They're going to use that glyph to protect this catapult down bottom, so maybe they'll be able to guarantee this one down here.
In trouble again. The silence into the Omni Slash. They're going to lose this Necrophos, this Ghost Shroud, just doing nothing against the Juggernaut. He always has the Blade Fury to follow. Yang does have a decent amount of movement speed, so does get away for the Blade Fury, but they'll run him down. Surely Yang cannot get out of this one. He cannot get another heal off. Jabs, again, just dominating kill after kill after kill this game.
The aggressive plays for Vici are just so limited. They have to play reactionary Dota at this point because of the way that they have their draft. Like, this Dusa can't really get aggressive. It's really up to the Bloodseeker as well as this Nexus Assassin to make so much space.
Getting a little greedy with his farm position. He'll go for the TP out, but he's not going to make it. Fades in with the magic missile. Abed will fall. Getting a little cocky and aggressive there with that positioning. Trying to take some neutrals away from Vici Gaming, but around that shrine, that was always going to be a risk. That certainly was not worth taking.
Yeah, even under some vision too. They probably saw him there farming there for a little bit with that ward they do have. DY also getting involved. That level 6 Vendetta knows he needs to make tons of moves to be able to try to make space, because I mean it's looking rough a little bit right now with that 5k gold advantage, and they have two heroes that carry Diffusal Blade great versus this Dusa.
Yeah, they're both rushing it.
As well as that Monkey King, yeah. They've also got ways to deal with a lot of this, a lot of the team fights. You look at Fnatic, their team fight is just stronger than Vici's by a good margin with this Brew Split. Not only just the Brew Split, but even the Monkey King ulti too. And they just have a bit more being able to go into these fights. Like Necrophos, Yang, he's very easy to kill if they do have Brew Split, because he can just dispel Growth Shroud. They've got a lot of different ways of magic damage as well. So yeah, Vici, you see they're making sure to at least sit by Ori for now with Fade, giving a little bit of aura boost to farm. But Fnatic, they're looking to hunt. They just got to keep making plays.
Well, those Ice and Jabs have the Primal Split, the Soulbind ready to open with. See who they can get a wraparound on. Vici Gaming will be ready to respond for the way that they're standing by one another. We'll see if they can get the jump on. Ori and DY in the mid lane. DY is going to get dusted up. They get the vision for the double hex. The balance strike onto the two of them. DJ is going for the double shackle. The blood bright's down. They've lost the Medusa. Big kill to start the fight up for Fnatic, and MP waltzes in with the Blade Fury. Cuts down DY. They've got their eyes onto Yang. Jump forward with the Primal Spring. They'll slow down the Necrophos. Hex is there, locking down Yang. A third kill for Fnatic. As that fight there, they're just collapsing past the tier 1 tower. Not a lot that Vici Gaming can do to hold them off. As well as the 3 kills, they'll get this tier 1 tower as well. Fnatic playing very fast here in this game 3.
They know they can play fast. They're playing versus a Medusa card with the Bloodseeker, a hero that we haven't seen in a very long time. I know we saw Lizard was saying in the qualifiers, but this is a hero that's not popular, and for good reason. doesn't provide a whole lot to you, and with a Medusa on your team, he doesn't provide you like any type of like help. He can only just throw a blood right under you, and that's pretty much it to try to protect you. So yeah, they don't have team fight, and their split push is a bit limited too, since they're playing versus this Shadow Shaman who can constantly catch you. Well, definitely quite concerned for Vici in this game already at this 14-minute mark. A 6K advantage for DY. Still looking to make these plays constantly.
It's going to get onto DJ. DJ did manage to get the Hex off, but the Magic Missile down, blood right upon him, DJ's gone. Vici Gaming able to get the pick off. Instantly, Ice is out of the bottom lane. Knows that there's trouble inbound. Space is going to be there for MP to get a lot of pressure onto this tier 1 tower top. As he, as we say, wants to rush towards that defusal. Make sure that Fnatic hit this very early potential in terms of doing the fighting, and I bet he's got his done.
Oh man. If he's able to get the Wukongs on Ori with the 5 surrounding him, he's going to melt so fast. It's going to be incredibly fast. He also now just, it's not even just versus the Deuce, and now he can set up easily to look for kills on pretty much anybody, because you can just chase them down. You don't have to use your Boundless Strike. You get the defusal to get that chase. His bounties come out. Looks like it might be 3 for Fnatic. Actually, I'm not going to check the high ground bounty rune.
Bill from Paparazzi, this game, I believe he has, what, the drums coming out? It's going to be phase. Drums into BKB. Wants to make sure that he can just get in the middle of the fight and get his spells off. DJ catching out DY. Look at the vision upon him and get that quick kill. Ori, they are going to move on him in that middle lane. MP is TPing out. There's the setup. They'll surround him. Wukong's command down. And as you say, this timing on the diffusal blade is just going to cause so many issues for the Medusa.
Yeah, they can always just close the gap too. The soul bind, I think, connected to like what, a creep or something like that, and they can easily just close that gap on top of him with Abed. 7K gold advantage, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be slowing down. And the playmaking from Vici, it's just, they can only make plays pretty much like Vendetta, and they just make 3 heroes try to go for it, because they just don't have it, and they don't have team fights. They just can't take anything versus Fnatic, and Fnatic can just keep pushing in all the lanes and looking to just keep getting all the fights in their favor. Looking very grim.
Fnatic, no, you know, as the lead that they have, they can just pretty much take whatever they want from the map. There's nothing that Vici Gaming can do to stop any sort of 5-man plays at the moment. As MP, I believe he's going to have his diffuser blade being sent out. The Midas is done on Ice's brew.
Yeah, they've got the sentry down too, so they see DY, and DY is looking to be
pretty damn dead. They did the swap out though, and we'll keep DY safe for now. As he is able to get away, they will turn their attention towards Fade instead. MP doesn't want to go up to the high ground though. Nice. Fade actually will get away. Nice save there, keeps them all alive.
But you can just still see the way that this game is being played. Vici, they're all kind of just hovering around each other. Fnatic is doing the same, but Fnatic are on the, they've crossed the river. They're making the aggressive plays. Vici just does not have the ways to even take towers either. Like they're just very limited in their drafts what they can make happen.
MP's gonna want to get control of that courier ASAP, as he has his diffusal blade done as well. Both cores ready to go. Up top, DY goes for the Vendetta, gets dusted up across the tree line, but we'll be able to TP away. They're not able to get in with any sort of disable in time. Bottom lane, Abed was there on the Monkey King, but also just removing himself from the vicinity as soon as he's aware that Vici Gaming are on the hunt.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic have been playing very aggressively, so when you're able to get down all these towers early on, your supports have more gold, so you also have more easier access to be able to put down these deep wards to watch Vici's movement. So we see the 2 wards down bottom to watch whenever Vici does look to make that that play to clean out their jungle. Fnatic will be aware of it, and DJ's able to just get this tower for himself, and he still has Serpent wards.
And Abed's farm just continuing to rock on. He's almost got the Echo Saber done over the diffusal blade.
Yeah. Ori is starting to catch back up on this Dusa, but not a place that you want to be on your Reduce anyway. Level 14 at least, but yeah, versus these double diffusal blades and easy ways to get to the backlines for Fnatic, it's not looking like the place he wants to be. Is Fnatic, they just make their way to that rush pit, and there's no team fight on Vici. There's no way that they can try to contest this one.
And not until they'll scan it out. But that sort of confirmation of the information is not going to lead to anything from Vici Gaming. They know they can't do that. They have to at least get this sort of first item on Paparazzi. Still working towards that BKB. It's not going to come very quickly at all. It's been a slow start for the Bloodseeker. Yep. Which is certainly not the same case for the 3 cores of Fnatic, which are all on track to where they want to be at this point, as now with the Aegis in the hands of Abed, they can absolutely keep this pressure on, take these final tier 2 towers and get closer and closer to being ready for a very early high ground siege against Vici Gaming.
Yeah. Get these wards set up too so you can spot whenever the Medusa is making the moves out or farming, because you know this Deuce is going to be farming in some like risky spots just to make sure she can be able to defend that high ground. It's actually DY who's farming risky right now, but
we'll see what Fnatic can hunt down with this sweep around. Finding the Necrophos would be a juicy one. Getting Yang out once more. He's not had the cleanest of game starts this match. 1-5-0 on the KDA. Also gonna find a potential DY next to him. Yang, he's going for the TP out anyway to cancel the time. They do. DJ gets the Hex off into the Omni Slash. That'll be Yang gone. The stun to set up onto DY. Fnatic will take both. And MP's the one to get the final blow. Double kill for the Juggernaut. MP's farm continuing to shoot upwards.
Man, I'm not seeing many plays that Vici can really do. It's kind of just farm, because they just can't respond in versus what Fnatic's doing. Fnatic every single time they're bringing 3 heroes, and Vici, they can't really bring 3 heroes to match that. They have to pretty much bring 5 to match the 3 of Fnatic because of how powerful they are already, especially if the Brewmaster or that Monkey King is there. If any of the cores are there from Fnatic, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, every single core of Fnatic just does so much more than that of the cores of Vici Gaming at this point of the game. DY will look for the setup on mid. The Blood-Bright Silence will connect onto the Brewmaster, but the Soulbind double hexes out. Fades there with the swap to at least keep this Bloodseeker safe. The shackles from DJ down, but there's the wraparound. Bounty strike on the 4, but they do get the Stone Gaze connection onto Abed. Abed's out of it though, and Ori, he's out of mana. The Deuce just gets shredded by this Diffusal Blade Monkey King. Yang gets the Ghost Shred out. He's trying to back away, but Abed chases him down with the Echo Saber. The stun from the Primal Split, locking down the Necrophos. Yang will fall as well. Double kill for Abed. 3 dead on Vici Gaming, and the Fnatic, they're not done yet. Chasing forward on a Paparazzi, barrel strike down. Hex there from DJ, that'll be another for sure. Fade will swap him back. Does keep Paparazzi safe. Paparazzi better just run his little legs back to base, as Fade has given his life for him. 4 dead on Vici Gaming. Triple kill for Abed. This game just continuing to ball out of control for Vici Gaming, as Fnatic are just making these quick moves, and Vici Gaming, they do not have the lineup to do anything in response to this point of the game.
They can't take team fights. They don't have teamfight heroes, and they don't really have that much damage. They actually got the Carapace off onto the Monkey King, and then the Stone Gaze. They didn't have a follow-up. The stun connects.
Does get the setup. The Bloodbright, the Reaper Sight down. They managed to get MP. Abed also silenced up. They'll kill him once. Can they do it again? They'll surround him. They'll try their best, Abed. Can he play his way out of this one? He's still got the Wukong's command, lays it down, does get the Jingle Mastery, stacks up. Can he get any heals off? He's got to start hitting people, but he's not going to get the chance. Abed falls as well. Vici Gaming, after what looked to be a potentially sort of game-ending team fight, they strike back hard. They get themselves back in with those short early game respawns, and they get 3 kills, but 2 of them being the big ones, both Abed and MP getting caught out. And that will allow this Deucer to stay on par with the farm of both of these cores that have had an exceptional start to the game.
I mean, Yang's able to get that Reaper Scythe on the Juggernaut. That's the biggest thing there. They don't have their Brew Split available, obviously, on the side of Fnatic. And yeah, this time, like you said, the quick respawn, since they're still very low level, everybody's still pretty much available to be able to fight that one there. Brings them back a tiny bit here. They still have, it's just the Deucer who's really farming though. Yang is bottom 5 net worth behind the Shadow Shaman. And the Shadow Shaman's also pretty much the same farm as Paparazzi. So it's a small step toward the right direction, but they need a couple more of those to happen. They need Fnatic to make those type of mistakes when they don't have the Primal Split up.
A scan there from Fnatic did confirm the whereabouts of Paparazzi, but as we see TPing out just before Ice was able to get eyes on him.
Does DJ have a BKB?
What's he got on that courier? It's going to be something nice. It is the full BKB.
So there are ways to stop it. They have the swap, they have Stone Gate, they have like Reaper Scythe. I mean, Reaper Scythe you don't really want to use on that, but they do have ways to stop that shackle, at least to protect their teammates. But that's scary. I mean, it's 23 minutes and he's got Aether Lens BKB on this 4 position.
And he's also got the Serpent Wards ready to drop once more.
Yep.
They're going to start walking down to the bottom. Ice is straight in with the Primal Split. The Soulbind's down onto the two of them. The Necrophos being held in place. He has to back away and be careful how close he gets. The Blood right down. Fnatic committing MP with the Blade Fury, trying to hit into the melee racks. The Serpent Wards continuing to take these racks pretty quickly. Shackle's committed by DJ. The Omni Slash there to follow up the Wukul's command. Battle strike down. This is going to be Yang falling very, very low. They're trying their best to get out of it, but the melee racks are already gone. Fnatic, who will they lose? Of course they do. They lose Abed. MP as well. He's getting right-clicked down here by Vici Gaming. He'll try his best to remember the swap backs there from Fade. Fnatic, they did get the objective. They got that melee racks, but again, they are feeding kills over to Ori. This Medusa is only going to get stronger, and the high ground pushes are only going to get harder.
Yeah, level 17 now, almost finishing up with a butterfly too. So one thing is that they can actually turn and kill the Primal Split with this Dusa when she does get pretty farmed with a Vengeful Spirit Aura. If Ice isn't careful, his Brewlings could definitely get brought down. That is another step toward the right direction for Vici. Fnatic, like you said, they got the racks, but a Rax is all nice and everything, but you're versus Dusa. This Dusa can play versus this. Necrophos Bloodseeker can also deal with the range with the racks being taken out.
Up top, DY was hunting for Ice. Ice knew it was there, but Ice is already able to blink safely. Quite a decent distance. Unlikely the DY is able to hunt any deeper through these trees.
Fnatic still with a good control of this with that 80% according to Dota Plus, 8k gold lead too, and you can tell when they do have their everything like popped, when they do have Primal Split active, they're very, very strong. But once that blue split like starts wearing off, they have to be very careful about their positioning here. Medusa now starting to get items, starting to get higher damage too from the levels that come out since Venge is level 12 too. So damage will come naturally now from them a bit more. Spirit Vessel finish for our Grimstroke, so Yang, don't believe they have any way to dispel that just yet. Almost there for the Guardian Greaves. But that Vessel could be definitely causing some problems on this Necrophos. As Fnatic, they look like they've chilled out a little bit, maybe wanted to wait for the information they get for the next Roche before they want to try to make that heads-up play. I think they're also building toward BKBs on the, at least on that Monkey King.
I believe he has the Mithril Hammer. Oh, no, he's got the full one.
They both have it, actually. I believe the Brewmaster is very close to his as well.
But there's that big pickup, as you were saying, we were seeing, where he built towards being completed. The Butterfly complete on the Medusa. So as long as Vici Gaming can keep him in a safe position, and he's able to hit back, as you say, he's going to be able to kill through the Primal Split, and he's also going to be able to do a lot of damage as well through things like MPs going for a Blade Fury commitment. He has to be careful. He will get right-clicked down through the Blade Fury.
Yeah.
It's time for Fnatic to go. They'll smoke up mid. Ready to charge in every single ult, ready to go. As the creep wave will push up.
Yeah, they still don't want this game to get too slowed down versus this Dusa. Still trying to take advantage of whenever they do have that split, but Vici, they're smoking out themselves, and now like we were talking about this high ground spot.
Both team having their smokes dispelled, so they know the whereabouts of one another. Fnatic knowing the Vici Gaming have left the base, and Vici Gaming knowing that Fnatic at least have one person up there on the high ground. We'll see what sort of a move they can go for. Looks like they'll show and start to just push onto the tier 1 mid. This will leave opportunity for Fnatic to try for the wraparound. As Vici Gaming get the tower.
They're pinging it out like they want to kind of jump whenever Vici does start to back up.
But will show, cutting the wave, DY, trying for the blink forward, Ice. He's going to commit with the Primal Split.
They're trying to disengage.
Let's see what he can control. They turn. DJ, he gets the Hex out onto the Dusa. Can they kill the Dusa in time? They have the Serpent Wards. BKB committed by Arbet as well with the Wukong's command. And all of the mana of the Dusa is drained. Ori's out of the fight. Paparazzi has to go for the BKB TP out. He'll make it away. The rest of his team, though, won't be quite as lucky as it seems. Yang is able to get out, but Fade will be left behind in the river. Fnatic will take 2 out of this. As they get that jump, I get DJ getting him with the Hex, everything just being focused perfectly on Ori, getting the Wukong's command in the ideal area around him, so you have all of these, the monkeys hitting in, burning the mana of the Dusa. You saw how quickly Ori's mana pool disappeared.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit, I don't know if he did like the wrong pathing or something, because he looked like he was walking down the river, and then he turned around and walked back up toward the hill, so he put himself kind of in a awkward position versus Fnatic, as the rest of his team, they were looking like they wanted to do full disengage, and he looked like he walked right into Fnatic. So a bit of a mistake they're coming in, and that's very punished as Broach comes up. Fnatic's gonna be able to secure that one. finish up these next few items. I believe the BKB finished now on the Brewmaster too, so more options for him to play inside of his, play without that brew split. He can actually like walk up and start hitting people before he's forced to use it.
Well, definitely where we are going to see Fnatic be tested again is when they try and push the high ground. Sure, having the Aegis is nice and such, but we saw the last push getting shut down. Sure, they get a Rax, but they have to be careful about giving away these core kills. If each time Ori is staying alive on the defensive, this Medusa is going to become a huge issue if the game does somehow keep on going. If Vici Gaming are just able to stop Fnatic from shutting the game down, you cannot underestimate this Medusa's potential.
They have to force something. Well, they want to force something at least with this Aegis and Cheese when they have the brew split available again. As soon as that's up, I think they're just going to look to make the play out. Maybe get a deep ward, try to just look for some type of dive play just with the brew jumping in and finding somebody. Because Vici, they're actually just trapped in their base. So the thing is also Fnatic could just play the economy game. As long as they get some wards outside of the base, they can just control the whole map and just out-farm. Got a couple options that they can go for here.
DY on the hunt now. We'll just spot the smoke on DJ and Jabs. They'll put the dust immediately, but bam, with the blink out. He's back up to the high ground, smoke dispelled, and he'll keep himself safe, DY.
Two lanes pushing in. We see Ice is actually resetting himself. They look like they're preparing for those bounty runes. So, like we talked about, they can also play that economy game. So, claim 4 bounties. Maybe hope that they see somebody coming outside. They actually do get a glimpse there for a quick second from that ward. It looked like they were pinging it out before that smoke came out.
Got very good ward vision around it to fight with. Straight away the Fade will be in with the D ward, making this area of the map a little harder for Fnatic to get into. Manta style done as well for MP. You can see with the itemization of Ori, he realizes he's got to do something about this mana burn. He's queuing up at the BKB. He has to get it. Yeah. It's just the mana burn is just too effective against him. He's up against 2 cores with diffusal blades, and now a core with a diffusal blade and a Manta style.
The nice thing they have is at least they have this vengeful spirit. So Fade, you're gonna have to watch the positioning for if he can get the swaps off before that BKB is available.
See in the middle lane there, DY trying to catch Albert out with the Spike Carapace underneath the Primal Spring, but wasn't quite able to get in range.
30 minutes, double siege with Aegis Cheese.
It's time to push, and Ice straight in with the BKB. They get the Hex off as well onto the Deucer. Swab will be there, but the balance strikes out onto the 2 of the Shackles from DJ, locking down another. The Stone Gaze is out in time though, and already Ori starts to punch back. He's out of mana though on this Medusa. Paparazzi with his own BKB trying to commit for the Reaper's side. Catches out MP. That's the junk on the Primal Split. It's dying. Ice has to back out and get out of there, but Paparazzi chases him down, kills him off through the split. The swap back on Arbet. Arbet's got the BKB, gets the Wukong's command, and then far from Balance Strike onto the 3 of them. Still alive. Shackles from DJ looking down Yak. The stuff from Jabs. Pre-nude element Jabs dies to the death pulse. The Blood Ray is surely going to finish off Ahmed. Ahmed, he gets the jump up, but he's dead. He's lost the Aegis. Fnatic, they've already lost 3 other heroes around him. He cannot get out. Ahmed, magic missile stun, followed up by DY. Vici Gaming hold.
Ori just holds his ground. Fade even just swaps the Brewmaster away. I thought he was actually going for the Deucer, but no, Ori's able to just stand there with that Butterfly available. Has so much damage from the Venge. He can just stand, like I was talking about, kill that Brew Split. You don't have to worry too much about it when you are able to get this Butterfly online. And sure, the Wukong's command does a lot, but the rest of the team, Fnatic, aren't able actually to get into that fight. Another fantastic hold by Vici.
And that was a fight without the BKB. Next time, Ori's going to have it.
Yeah.
It's looking a little rough for Fnatic, these failed pushes.
I mean, Paparazzi too, this Bloodseeker, he's 5-1 and 6. He's able to get these chase outs whenever they do start getting low, and they are going to start getting low, and with Ori just getting that split shot, hitting all the different heroes.
And Ice, he just cannot go for those sort of plays. The Primal Split just dies too easily.
Yeah.
Until what he gets the extra health talent on the Primal Split, it's close.
It'll help quite a lot, especially also if he's able to get that AC in time, because that armor that does come into play. But yeah, MP just keeps getting Reaper Sight too inside of the fights.
And now both cores, both Paparazzi and Ori, with the BKB Butterfly combos online.
Yep.
They're very hard for Fnatic to kill. Especially with the way that Vici Gaming have been holding together as a team, as a unit. They're not being caught out alone at all whatsoever at this point of the game.
Yeah. And it's nice too that they have, and this was purchased a bit ago too, but for the Necrophos, he has those Guardian Griefs, so that'll provide even a little bit of jolt of mana to the Medusa. A jolt of mana could allow you to get Mystic Snake off, and if you get Mystic Snake off, you're pretty much full mana again if you end up hitting like 2 targets because of how much it really does with that talent, the 30% extra steal.
I mean, you can feel it as well. Fnatic, they really want to try and get up to another set of racks, take another tier 3 and get those Serpent Wards dropped down at the barracks. But it's getting increasingly harder to do so, even though they, for the whole of this game, have held on to this lead. It's starting to swing away from them. They're starting to lose that advantage. The experience pretty much even. Back towards the mid. DY's going to jump forward. DJ commits with the BKB. Shackles on up, Fade. He's able to swap him out. Keep that Nyx assassin safe. The Omni Slash comes out. Bouncing around all of them. But it's onto the Medusa. The Medusa's up in the S. The Omni Slash is down. They've only killed off the Vengeful Spirit. DJ Ruptured hides in the trees. Will be able to TP away. So Vici Gaming, they don't find any kills themselves. They have lost Avenge for a full minute. But Fnatic, they did have to commit a few ultimates for that attempt and only getting a support kill.
Pretty much yeah, all the ultis but the Wukongs to get that just Avenge. Showing how much tankier Vici really is now. And I mean, even this Blood Red is pretty annoying. You know, they're trying to get these shackles. You have to, you have to pop BKB to be able to do so, but the rest of his teammates kind of had to dealt split away from there to get that catch. So, Primal Split, higher HP. Now he can actually play a little bit more confidently with it versus that Dusa, as we see Abed also encroaching upon that MKB, which will help a whole lot versus that double butterfly as you were talking about.
They need that on both of their cores. MP as well is going to have that pretty soon. The evasion is just getting too much for them when they try and kill either Ori or Paparazzi.
I think he was building a different, I think he was building like BKB before he wants to go for it though, as far as I saw before on the jug. Yeah, he does have it queued up.
Okay.
And he just keeps getting Reapered. He keeps getting Reaper sight inside of these team fights, so he's feeling a bit scared. Fnatic will be able to at least claim themselves these 4 bounty runes, so they still do have this map control coming up, but yeah, that Dusa just continued to have that top net worth.
They're getting closer to Ice House having the Assault Cuirass. The sort of extra auras certainly going to help out with the damage output that they need to kill off the cores of Vici Gaming.
Yeah, and even like the defensive aspect they can give too, just a little bit of extra armor with that AC plus Vlads during that split.
This sort of slow game. Ori, he's going to have the Reaver very soon. This is, the last few times they've not been able to deal with the Medusa. And it really isn't going to get any easier for Fnatic. This Medusa is really going to be in our element. 20k net worth. Ori's at the top by quite some few thousand net worth.
And Paparazzi has now overtaken MP for the first time in this game too. So the Bloodseeker is starting to become more of a relevant force. I mean, Paparazzi's definitely been a relevant force. He's been doing quite a lot of damage inside of the fights.
And at this point, despite the fact that Fnatic are 8k ahead, Vici Gaming, they can feel their power. They can come out, start to push the waves over the river. They're not too scared at all.
Yeah. The one thing that the Dusa is that gives you also is it's a distraction. Sure, Ori is very, very powerful, so you have to address this issue, but that gives a lot more opportunities for Paparazzi and Yang to just get their spells up. You saw how much focus was getting up, but always able to get it off.
He's going to try and start the fight, but immediately Ori pops the BKB, starts to click through the Primal Split, but with that extra health, they are going to be able to survive on the backlines. Abed commits with the BKB, the Wukong's command down, Fade, he's able to swap his way out of the ult, will still die. Those MPs there waiting on the side, but already Ori, he's killed off both the supports. They had to buy back. Now MP, Reaper's side, he's dead for 110 seconds. Is he going to buy back? Do they want to try and keep this fight going? He is. He's going to buy back. Jump forward from Abed onto Ori. They're focusing down this Medusa. DJ's trying to get in. They get the Hex off onto the Medusa, but Yang picks up the double. Paparazzi is going so damn fast as this Bloodseeker. It's a dieback on both of Fnatic supports.
Oh my god, the Blood Rage.
Getting right-clicked down. Ori's still alive. Kills off the Brew. There's 3 dead for good off Fnatic. The Omni Slash not doing a whole lot. And now MP has to play Furion back off. He's trying his best to retreat. Abed will be able to jump back towards the base, but Paparazzi, he's chasing this down past the tier 3s into the base. DY will miss the stun. BKB's out from Abed. He's trying his best to turn. Look at what Paparazzi can he do? No, Paparazzi's out. Abed's got to be careful. The Blood Bride's going to come in the wave of terror. Abed trying to get away, but Paparazzi chases him down. It's a full T-wipe. Vici Gaming wipe Fnatic. No buybacks available, and Vici Gaming, they're up to the high ground.
They didn't lose a single hero during that. Fade with that clutch swap, bringing himself out of that Wukong's, and Ori just holds his ground. He dropped low, he got a Mystic Snake off in the middle of the fight, went back up to about half or 60% mana. Blood Rage comes out.
This is the time we can agree with this one, Vici Gaming. This one we're okay with. Go for the tier 4s, go for the game ender. There's no buybacks on Fnatic. They know for sure about some of them with the way that last fight played out with the buybacks used. A Desolator picked up by Yang. He's ready to close this one off. He He's ready for his bedtime. Tier 4's taken. Jabs is going to come forward, but the ancient falling GG is scored, and Vici Gaming will be your first grand finalist here at the Corsair DreamLeague Major, taking the series 2-1 against Fnatic.
They kept their composure, and Fnatic, they didn't keep their composure. They kept trying to force it so hard. And Ori, you know, I was talking about how he is something that they do have to address, but when they have to focus absolutely everything on this Dusa, you saw Paparazzi in the fight. He starts running rampant. Everyone starts dropping low. He's able to run around, get these pickoffs, and Yang too. He got, I think, I checked really quickly in the middle of the fight. I think it was like 11 death pulse off too to save his teammates. So, yeah, when you get this, you know, when you have this Dusa that's so much of a focus point.
And the way that they did it from behind.